Hello, my name's Alana and welcome to Zubi Basics, How to Add Product. In today's session, we'll be looking at how to add a product within Zubi. This function is where you add your product or create your product's recipe within Zubi. Simply click on Add Product on the home page. As with adding an ingredient, there's a tabular display which you need to work through in order to create your product within Zubi. As with adding an ingredient, this code is also editable to suit any internal nomenclature you may wish to use. To start this process, you simply give the product a name within Zubi. In the description field, you can put any applicable information about this product that you wish to have. This brand is only applicable if you do sub-branding from a main brand. For example, I have loaded Test Brand and Tommy's, but my main brand may actually be Sally's Great Pies. This is just a way to inform the marketing team which logo or brand you wish the packaging to be created under, as this will be put onto the label and/or the food report that you may use. The country of origin is not mandatory in New Zealand yet, but it is in Australia. And should you be using it from Australia, we also have created a very handy calculator that will tell you the exact percentage of Australian ingredients present within your product. You can then select whether or not you wish this country of origin to be displayed. The link ingredient function I will discuss in a separate video, as it allows you to do splitting of ingredients and a bunch of other functions that are very neat. But in short, it creates this product as an ingredient within your internal database within Zubi that you can then add into other products. As you'll note, my account shows approved, and this is because my account is the same as those used at the universities in New Zealand and Australia, as this is an academic version of Zubi. However, in a standard version of Zubi, you'll need to click approved before you can see any of the pack size and listings tab information. The business name and address is editable, and this is to allow those people that do sub-branding to correctly display the information in question. Should you use a barcode or have a barcode as you are a retail store, you can actually enter in a scannable barcode clue into this section here, which will be able to be used by you at your store. Moving on to the next and the most interesting part of adding a product, which is to build the recipe. Zubi is also very helpful in ensuring that you have all the information correct. Notice here I put in some non-numerical data, so Zubi doesn't let me change to the next tab before I fix the issue. Once you change tabs, Zubi actually forces a product save, so you don't lose your data or are less likely to lose your data. We also have a save function should you wish to save your data after you do anything within Zubi. Within the Recipe tab is where you build your formulation for your product. You can use some of our 2,000 plus public ingredients, which are just simple ingredients that are available for use, such as flour. You can then refine the search. For example, I want to find white flour, and choose the most appropriate or applicable one by simply clicking the plus green symbol. You can then populate with other examples, but we strongly encourage customers to use their own data from their own suppliers so that the nutritional calculation is more accurate. Once you have finished your formulation, you can then play around and have a look at how your recipe and nutritionals impact the listings, or vice versa. You can edit the information and you'll see an instantaneous change in the percentage. This obviously will affect the listings. You can switch between tabs if you're doing new product development to have a look at how things change based on the nutritional information from your recipe formulation. Should you also wish to change the declaration, for example, you don't wish compound X to be shown as a bakery premix, but rather as a bakery substitute, then you can show this here. Zubi also allows you to show characteristic ingredients within your product here. Should you wish to update the information about an ingredient, you can click on this button here and it will open in a separate window. As this is a public ingredient, it's not actually editable. Internal ingredients that you have added are editable, and if you wish to edit a public ingredient to more match the nutritional information within the actual ingredients that you use, you can duplicate it and edit the ingredient afterwards. If you are wishing to add ingredients that are not in the public database, but the internal ones that you've added yourself, do not click on the Include Public Ingredients and just search your internal database, typing for the name of the ingredient you're searching for. When you're satisfied with your product's recipe, you can then continue on to update the pack size of the product you are creating. Zubi allows you to edit the pack size and have multiple pack sizes, and also to set the serving size for your products. You'll find your product's nutritional information once you click on the Product drop-down menu. Here you can see the information about your product, and anything that was required in the NIP panel for FSANZ standards cannot be edited or taken away. Additional nutrients that are over the 10% threshold, should there be any, you can simply add onto your label by clicking on here. You can add additional nutrients down the bottom should you wish. With Zubi, any allergens that are present in your recipe will automatically be shown at the top here, ensuring you and giving you the peace of mind that your allergen control is taken care of. So therefore, you only need to add any cross-contact contaminant allergens from the list here. So I'm going to pretend for this demonstration purposes that there is the potential for fish. As with adding an ingredient, click any qualifiers that are applicable, and if you wish, any on-pack text. Also available in the pack size NIP tab is the label format settings should you wish to print directly from Zubi or do a test print, and you can also view an example label or food report. Looking at the food report, you can see all the information, the NIP panel, and everything else that you need for sending off to the marketing team to develop a nice looking label with branding. Should you notice that you have missed some information, such as on-pack text, you can simply then add them later at any time. Zubi allows you to edit your product's information as many times as you wish or need to, either for new product development or keeping your food compliance information up to scratch. I hope this has helped to explain the basics of how to add a product. For other nutritional information and calculations that are available within Zubi, I will create a separate video on this later.